Yo, what's going on? What's going on, everyone? Today we got a pretty exciting video. So this is going to be going over how I actually got to Ultimate Champion in the new Mega Draft ladder. So as you see, win, win, win. This was my last win against E. Currently, right now, I'm top 2,000, and when I initially finished, I got to top 1,000. So yeah, that's pretty cool. First time I've ever been top 1,000, so I was really happy with it. Only 3 days into the season, and we scroll down here. Where is it? This was actually my win to get top 1,000. Initially, I was like barely outside of the top 1,000. Anyway, so we're gonna be going over the last 2 games that got me to Ultimate Champion. So yeah, let's go. All right. So he gets first pick, Fireball. Again, um, nothing really explained here. He just picks Fireball. He probably just wants it for a good spell. Um, yeah, I mean, there's not too much it's good for right now. So yeah. Okay, so I picked Firecracker and Queen here, and the reason I do this is because there's no arrows available, so it's going to make killing the Firecracker pretty tedious for him. Plus, she's just really good at getting behind like giant tanks and pushes and just hiding. And the Archer Queen as well. There's not too much to kill her. You can pick Rocket or Lightning, but that's pretty expensive commitment. So like, there's no like nothing really. There's no Monk or Magnite or anything. So that's why I picked her. But I made a mistake here, and that's the fact that I didn't pick Goblin Barrel because that would have been the best thing to pick here in this scenario because there's no log, no bar barrel, no arrows, no delivery, and yeah, so that's the first mistake I made. So as we can see, he picks the Goblin Barrel and Skeletons, and I assume he picked Goblin Barrel for the reasons that I just stated. There's no good spell to counter it. I'm gonna have to pick Snowball, but even then, Snowball doesn't fully counter it. It's just the best thing that's left. So yeah, and Skeletons are just a good one cycle card. They can distract some things, deal good damage. So yeah. All right, so I picked Snowball and Rascals. I picked Snowball for the reason I just listed. I kind of need it for the Goblin Barrel, or else I'm just completely dead. And I picked the Rascals because the reasons I stay for the Firecracker. There's no arrows. There's nothing good to kill them. They're a pretty good card in this game, but actually, so that's also another reason they're really good. Okay, so he picks Bowler and Pigs. Now, what I'm thinking here is that okay, get that garbage out of there. What I'm thinking here is that he picked Bowler because one, my Rascals, and two, because it's really good against the pigs. And if you're looking at the options available, there's nothing really that good for pigs right now except for like Minion Horde or Bomb Tower. But Minion Horde could be countered pretty easily by some things, so Bomb Tower is definitely gonna be a solid pick. And he picks pigs as a win condition, along with Goblin Barrel. So yeah. All right. Whoop. So I picked Bomb Tower and Electro Spirit. I picked Bomb Tower because he picks pigs. Normally, you wouldn't have a building an RJ deck unless it's like a Tombstone with Skeleton King, but like I said, there was nothing else that was really good for the pigs, so I was kind of forced to pick it because I didn't want to die the pigs. And I pick E Spirit just because it's a good cycle card and it gets a lot of value for one elixir, and it pairs one RG decks too. So he picks Golden Knight and Rocket. I don't know if there's a particular reason he picked Golden Knight. It can deal with the Rascals fairly well, I guess. Just a good tank in general. It makes you play your defense differently, so you have to separate your cards so the Golden Knight doesn't dash everywhere and get to your tower. But the Golden Knight's broken anyway, so he just kind of does that anyway. They actually nerfed him recently, so he doesn't dash fire anymore. But anyway, and the Rocket, I don't know why he picked that. Maybe he just wanted something for my Archer Queen. Maybe he wanted more damage. I don't know. He already had Fireball, so I'm pretty confused by that pick. All right, so I pick RG and Knight. Obviously, RG in my win condition. That's what I was going for the entire time. He's going to be my main source of damage. I'm going to put a bunch of stuff behind him, support troops, so that he can get in there and get some good damage. And I picked the knight because, looking at the options here, there's not really any other good tanks aside from the cannon cart. But I just wanted a cheaper tank, so I picked the knight for the golden knight. And for the bowler, just in case. So yeah, he gets the last pick here. Make sure I don't miss it. Okay, he gets cage. I think the game picked it for him, so nothing really to talk about there. But yeah, cage will be helpful for defending my RG. Okay, so I E-Spirit. He activates Tower with Golden Knight. I don't care about that too much. He's gonna go pigs, so I go Bomb Tower. Okay. I just want to go back a second. Okay, so right here. So you might be wondering, why didn't I snowball? And why did I queen? Now, the reason I queen turned in snowball is because the snowball wouldn't have killed the goblins, but the queen does. And another factor, too, is that we're both really low on elixir right now, and if I snowball, sure, I don't spend 5 and I have 3, but he's going to have to deal with this queen, and I'm not going to waste the ability here because that would be completely pointless. I doubt it would save any damage, just because I don't even have 1 yet. So that's why I did that. It wouldn't have killed the goblins, queen's going to kill the goblins, and then apply pressure, so that he's probably having to waste more elixir. Okay, push taken care of. He's saving up for a bowler. Bowler's all that. Ability to shred the bowler's health. I don't have to deal with it now. I just dealt for 1 elixir. So I'm up 4, so I set up RG the back. Now, another reason I set up RG the back is because he played his barrel, he played his pigs, he played his golden knight, and he played his bowler. Now, what this means is that there is no way for him to pressure me right now. He can't go pigs, he can't go goblin barrel. And to defend my RG, he doesn't have his golden knight or bowler. And it's not that he needs his golden knight or bowler to defend my RG necessarily. It's just that my support troops, he's gonna need those things because, like the firecracker and the rascals, they're pretty annoying. And obviously his cage, skeletons, rocket, and fireball aren't gonna do much. So yeah, that's why I decided to go with RG here. Up a decent amount of elixir. He cages, he's gonna go pigs. I just rascals, snowball. E-Spirit for the skelly, so I have to do something else. RG's gonna get like 3 hits. Oh, 2 hits only. I'm just gonna knight the middle. Queen again to call it goblins, knight in the middle, so I only have to, what do you call it? Use 1 card to take care of 2. And if you notice there, he used a really bad ability, so that also got him down 1 elixir. He's just gonna fireball here. If I played a second sooner, I probably could have got 1 or 2 more hits, but it doesn't matter that much. So it's double. We're gonna reset again with RG. Just bomb tower, firecracker. Firecracker hope stays mine RG. Yep. Gonna bully the bowler. Oh, whoops, that's not what I meant to click. So, as you see, let's just go back a second. So we're right here, and you can see I got my push decently built up. He just plays his cage. RG's about to destroy it. I put another RG. And the reason this is possible is because of the 3 card cycle with the queen. Now, if you don't know, if you have a champion on the field, you technically only have 7 cards available to play because you can't play another champion if one's already alive. So what this means is that instead of taking the normal 4 cards to cycle back to another card, it only takes 3. So that's how I got another RG so quickly. And due to that reason, it can also save you elixir cycling back. So he has all this stuff. He doesn't have a lot of elixir right now. He's probably gonna... Honestly, there's not much else for him to do. I don't know what he's going to do. Maybe pressure the barrel to get back the bowler. I don't know, but we're going to get some damage here because there's only Golden Knight Brawler, and he just plays cage, so we can't distract it. So we get 1, 2, he fireballs, decent fireball. Building on the queen. Snowball the barrel. Okay, get back to another RG. Goes pigs again with the bowler, pretty bad bowler. We're just going to let this pig hit. It doesn't matter that much. There's definitely no reason to overcommit and spend on that. And another thing, even if I were to do that, and for some reason, like, I don't know, maybe he was down a lot, that bowler is still going to favor targeting the thing in front of the pig and hit my tower, so there's also another reason to not do it. Take care of that. E-Spirit takes... Oh, Bonfire takes care of all that. He's going to cage again. Now, we're in the same scenario. As soon as this queen kills this brawler, I'm going to go in for an RG because I know that he just played his cage. And he just plays a golden knight. He's not back to his bowler yet. So we're going again. Now, this is a bit tricky, I think, because his pigs are tanking for this barrel. We're just going to have to snowball back. And then we're going to E-Spirit to take care of those. RG gets another hit. We go RG again, because, again, we have him trapped in this cycle of me getting a queen down and me getting more RGs down, which in turn makes him cage, which in turn means that he can't cage. If that makes any sense. Basically, just my cycle's too quick for him. So back to another one. He's probably going to try and go for, like, a last-ditch effort. Oh, nope, he just tries to rocket my RG, which wouldn't have done anything. So that's the first match completed. And then let's move on to E, the last match for Ultimate Champion, which got me like 1029th or something. So yeah, speed through this process. Alright, he picks Poison. Pretty good spell for this mode, pretty good spell in general. Usually paired with Miner or Graveyard. He's gonna go for a Miner here, which is a good option because it's a really good card right now. So, excuse me. So yeah. Alright, so I picked Queen, and I picked the Goblins, so again, same reason as last time, I picked Queen because there's nothing particularly too good at killing her. There's not even a spell this time, like, there's nothing that can directly kill her. He's going to have something, like, two things maybe, because, like, if he puts something down, I just pop the building, it's gonna shred through it, so unless it's a big tank, then my Queen's gonna get a lot of value. And I picked Goblins here just because they're a really good cycle card, and they do a lot of damage just for 2 elixir, they're pretty quick too, so yeah. And sorry, forgot to mention, there's also nothing here, like a little small spell or anything, that will directly kill my goblins. The only thing that will is, like, obviously Fireball, Deliver, Earthquake. But that's not really something you're going to be wanting to spend on goblins unless, like, there's more of something in a push, so yeah. Alright, so he picks Miner and Mini P.E.K.K.A. He picks Miner for the reason I just said. It's a really good card. It's, like, a really good win condition. Pairs amazingly with Poison. Broken combo. And he picks Mini P.E.K.K.A. I assume he just wants a tank killer, which is unfortunate because I wanted to pick it, but it's fine. But yeah, Mini P.E.K.K.A. is a really good tank killer. I love picking Mini P.E.K.K.A. in this mode. It's so good against RGs, Giants, Goblin Giants. Sorry, like other small cards like Knight or Dark Princes, Cannon cards. It is so good for just 4 elixir. Does so much damage, has a decent amount of health. So really, really good pick so far. And just before I say why I picked what I picked, I don't know if I've ever said this before, but I love going for RG in this mode with Monk and Mini P.E.K.K.A. just because the 3 of them are, like, have amazing synergy. Well, not synergy necessarily, but Monk and RG have amazing synergy, and the Mini P.E.K.K.A. is a really good counter, like I just said. It's an amazing counter to the RG unless they have Fisherman. So yeah, just want to say that I love going for RG in this mode. If you can get RG, if you know how to play RG decently, or if there's a good scenario for RG, always pick RG. But if, like, their deck just really hard counters you, you're gonna want to switch win conditions. That's another important tip. If they have a deck that, like, completely will just ruin your win condition, like, you're not gonna get damage, switch. Like, just switch. It's not worth it. Like, I know sometimes you want to build, like, your favorite deck or, like, version of your deck, but if theirs just completely ruins it, switch, just because you're just gonna dig your own grave, hop and seal yourself up and write your will right then and there. So yeah. We picked Cannon Cart and Snowball here, so I just picked Cannon Cart because I like it. It's a good ranged ground card. It gets decent value. It's only 5 elixir. It pairs really well on RG just because it stays in the back and shoots things from behind while the RG gets damage in. Cannon Cart takes care of the support troops. Plus, it's a decent counter to the Mini P.E.K.K.A. And I picked Snowball here just because, like, it's the only, like, decent small spell. Zap's okay, but Snowball's a lot better in my opinion just because it has a slow effect and also knocks things back and has a bigger radius. Okay, so he picks Dark Goblin here and Dark Prince. Now, I assume he picks Dark Goblin because, as I just said, there's not really any good small spells. I can't kill it with a log or anything. I'd have to pick a Delivery or Fireball, but that's not really worth the kill a Dark Goblin. Again, unless it's in a push, similar to the Goblins. Plus, it's a decent range card, too. It's only 3 elixir, you can cycle back to it fairly quickly. Really good range, really quick. And really good DPS. And he picks Dark Prince here. Not too sure why I picks Dark Prince. Maybe just for a counter for the cannon cart or Goblins or something. Maybe for the Queen, I don't know. But yeah, Dark Prince is decent, too. Could have been a decent pick for me as well, but he takes it, so... yeah. Okay, so I picked Knight and Earthquake here. So I picked Knight just because it's actually a pretty decent card in this mode. And it's also going to counter the Dark Prince fairly well. It's a cheaper counter, and nothing too fancy about the Knight. He's just your classic tank. Does decent damage, has a good chunk of health, only 3 elixir. Good against the Miner and Dark Prince. Okay for the mini P.E.K.K.A. And I pick Earthquake here just because obviously I'm building an RG deck, and you know, if you're going against RG, you're going to want to have a building, so that gets rid of that building fairly quickly. And just in case I can't break through, in case like I can't do anything about that mini P.E.K.K.A., the Earthquake is going to get a lot of damage. Well, not a lot of damage, but it can get me some good damage. In case we go on the spell cycle. Okay, so he picks Bomber and Rascals here. Not too sure why he picks Bomber. Maybe he just wants a cheap card that's good at defending. But yeah, Bomber's just... he's a pretty good cheap 2 elixir card. He's not in a lot of decks, but in draft he can be pretty good. He's really only good against my Goblins here. Maybe like my Knight. That's about it. And I believe he picks Rascals here because, like I said, for almost every other card, there's just not a good card to counter it right now. Delivery or Fireball would be the best. Maybe a Minion Horde of Barbs. That's about it. So yeah, definitely some good drafts coming out from this guy. Whoa, hold on. Okay, so I pick RG and Goblin Hut. Obviously, RG, my win condition. I've been building to get him the entire time. I built my entire deck around him. That's why I picked him. And Goblin Hut. The reason I picked Goblin Hut is because this mode, or sorry, not this mode. This card is pretty bad generally, but in this mode, it's really good. It just sits in the back and gets constant damage, or you have to constantly place things for it. He does have a poison, and if you time it correctly, you can negate like 99% of the damage, and maybe even perfectly. I don't actually know, but so yeah. It's just really good. It's gonna force him the poison. If he doesn't, it's just gonna get like a lot of damage over time. So yeah. And he picks Mighty Miner here. Obviously, it's really good against my RG. I didn't pick anything that can stun the Mighty Miner, so it'll never get interrupted. So definitely really good picks by him so far. I'm like, maybe aside from like Dark Goblin or Bomber, like aside from those two, like he has got really good picks. They're not bad picks either, but like everything else has been a really good pick. So yeah, we're gonna see how this last match goes down for me to get Ultimate Champion. So yeah, and Goblin Hut obviously just he had the last pick, so if he picked like I don't know, a balloon or hound, I guess, Goblin Giant, it would have pulled that if I really needed to, because I don't have many P.E.K.K.A, so I don't actually have a good tank killer aside from the Queen's ability or Goblins, so yeah. He spams Dark Goblin the bridge, and hold on here. Spams Dark Goblin the bridge here. If you notice, my cannon cart placed late. Now, that is not to my fault. My game actually delayed. It wasn't a drop glitch, it just delayed. So that was pretty stupid, but it's not really gonna matter that much. So yeah. Kind of annoying though. I'd rather that didn't happen, believe it or not. I know who doesn't want 400 damage on the tower. So he's gonna have to deal with his cannon cart. He just goes mini P.E.K.K.A. I was gonna snowball mini P.E.K.K.A back. He goes in for a miner. I catch with goblins. I go Goblin Hut the back. He's gonna poison. He got a perfect poison. Hit all of my goblins. That's gonna negate most of the damage. She's gonna Dark Goblin here. Queen's the Dark Goblin. I think I could have played her a bit higher just because she took a decent amount of damage, and if I put her a bit higher, she wouldn't have taken that much damage, but I don't think it ultimately matters, but still, that's just a tip for the future. So he takes care of her with Rascals. I just snowball that back. Don't want to take Rascal Girl damage on my bit of Elixir. Split Goblins the back. It's going to take care of the Miner. Don't do anything else. Going to set for a Hut in the back. Again, he's not back, just poisoning out the Bomber. Now, This Earthquake, you may think that I just did it to get damage, and while partially true, the main reason I actually did this is because if I had just let that bomber go, it probably would have killed 2 waves of spear goblins. And what this does is instead of my spear goblin just dying, he doesn't have to worry about it for like 10 seconds. It's going to get damage on his tower and kill his bomber, so now he's forced to play more elixir, while I only spent 3 more to kill his 2. So he's going to have to commit more if he doesn't want any spear goblin damage. So as you'll see, he's going to poison this. And important tip, if you're playing against someone using poison, never put your poisonable cards in the lane that they have the most damage in. That's where they want their poisons. If you're going to go Goblin Hut, make sure that your Goblin Hut is in the left side tower, 2,604, not the right 2,512, because that's the lane they want to go for. And that could make the difference in a spell cycle battle at the end of the match if it's a tiebreaker. I go Queen in the back, here he goes Mighty. I think I cycle Cannon Cart in the right in case he switches. Yep. Just kind of Archer Queen ability here. Takes care of the Dark Goblin. I thought he was going to protect more, so I went Goblins, but didn't. Bomber dies. I protect that. Now, that was a horrible poison. Let me tell you why. It's going to, like, barely not kill my Cannon Cart and make it so that it's not going to be able to hit the tower if he doesn't do anything. But what this does for him is he cannot poison this Goblin Hut. And that means that he's not going to get damage on the Goblin Hut and I'll kill my Spirit Goblin, so he's going to have to commit something else. And with the Earthquake thing I talked about earlier, you're going to see. So guess what I do again? I Earthquake that Dark Goblin. Again, partially for damage, like the direct damage, but more so he's forced to spend more elixir to counter on that Goblin Hut. So there you go, he spends his Rascals, my Cannon Cart kills one of the Rascal girls. So, counter here's a miner, set for RG in the back. Pop the Queen ability. Set up Cannon Cart. And then, I snowball Earthquake these Rascal girls and the Rascal boy. You may be thinking, this is an overcommit. And you're right, however, here's the thing. When I was talking about the Rascals earlier, I told you that there was no good way to kill them. And these Rascal girls have really good DPS. So it's going to kill them and force him to spend something else. Because I spent 5 for his 5. You can think about it like that. Normally I wouldn't do this, but we're in double right now, so I can kind of afford to. Plus, there's nothing pressuring me right now, and he's only at 5, so he can't punish me for doing that. That's going to allow my RG to get 2 hits on his tower. So everything gets taken care of here. I do that. Now, I set for RG again. And the reason I set for RG again is because he just uses Mighty Miner, and it's about to die, so he's not going to have it back for a while. Plus, I still have this Queen up, so I'm going to be able to cycle back to my RG quicker. He goes Miner, so I got Goblins, Cannon Grip behind. I'm going to Earthquake Snowball here again, but this time, don't know if you noticed, went Mini P.E.K.K.A, and that also pushes back the Mini P.E.K.K.A and distracts it, so that my RG is able to get a hit now. Very important. I go Goblins here, then negate the Bomber hit. Cannon Cart for Miner. You might have noticed I ignored the Dark Goblin. The reason I did this is just because my other tower's healthier. There's no reason to commit that. It's just going to even out the damage. That doesn't do anything for him. So yeah. It's going to go Rascals. I do the exact same thing again. And if you notice, I just went Goblins around this RG. And the reason I did this is because the tank for the midi pack. That's why I did it. So yeah. It's also going to be able to let me cycle back to my RG quicker. We're already back to my RG. This is very important. I take care of all that. I'm going to ignore this Miner. And the reason I ignore this Miner is because he used 3 elixir. And that's a waste of 3 elixir. That's gone. I can ignore that damage because of how much I'm already up. He just wasted his poison to kill my Archer Queen Cannon Cart. It's a decent poison. It's going to kill his Mighty Miner and Bomber. And it's going to let me go for another RG. I Earthquake again and Snowball to let my RG get more damage. I'm already back to another RG. I spam RG again. And I Knight the Dark Goblin, not the Miner, because the Dark Goblin is going to get a lot more damage than the Miner. A lot more. More damage and quicker. So we're just going to put the rest of this to ×1 just because it's the last 20 seconds. Earthquake again. Snowball that. Missed a mini packer, but doesn't matter. We get the win against E in this pretty intense last Mega Draft match. So yeah, I'm not gonna cover the game for top 1000 because I don't know. I don't really feel like it. So yeah, that's how I got the Ultimate Champion. Only 3 days in the season. Yesterday I was actually top 1,882 and top 20 locally. So that was pretty cool because that's the first time this ever happened in my life. So yeah, hope you hope you and guys enjoyed my beautiful English, and I I hope you enjoyed my Mega Draft analysis. So yeah, I'll see you guys later.